You have to have another form for oil paintings and bring in 3 oil paintings.
When you send the email requesting to be juried, you can ask any questions such as that, and they will respond with the right information for you. So feel free to ask anything you want in there, and it'll go to the right person, and they'll respond accordingly. Any other questions on jury? Nope? Okay. All right. Sunshine Committee. We're bringing this committee back. It wasn't really... And guess who is committee head of Sunshine? Joy.
Nah, just fill it in. Yes,
We're also looking for some more Sunshine Committee members, and Joy will tell you about that. Actually, no.
I don't need it. I taught for 40 years. I got a big voice. Anyway, so yes, Sunshine Committee. I am the person that you call if there has been someone ill, or if someone that's been in our membership has passed away. By the way, those of you who do not know, we did lose Lois Dixon just recently, longtime member, beautiful lady, always so coiffed, always looking so lovely, so lovely. So, but I'm the person you call. I can send a card to the families, or wherever it needs to go. If someone's had surgery that you want a card sent to, contact me. And my email is joyswan55@gmail.com.
And it'll be in the directory.
It'll be in the directory. So I'm the person you call. But it would be nice to have an extra person or two to help me with that. Also, if we need to do a phone tree of some sort, remember the old phone tree? Then I've got somebody to help me with that. So, please let me know. All right?
Okay, and finally, Art in the Park. Now, Art in the Park, I am no longer running Art in the Park. Sharon Baldetti is now the new committee head. Come on up here. And she's going to tell you about some of the little bit of changes with the process for Art in the Park.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
Hey.
I don't think so. I'm pretty loud. Can you all hear me? Yes. Okay. All right. This year, as always, you signed a contract for the Art in the Park, and you signed in that you've been juried in. Oh, can you hear me now? Okay. You signed a contract, and in the contract, you're going to be saying what you're juried in for. Pretty much the contract is the same as other years with just a few exceptions. We are having tents now, and there are some restrictions, so you need to look over it to see what it is. If you choose to have a tent, you don't have to. It'll be nice because we'll have some tents, some not, which will be great. It is very important that you have to pay for like if you're going to pay for October, you want to be in October, it has to be paid for by the end of September. We have to receive the check, and only checks this year. We're trying to make sure we keep this going correctly, so we don't have to worry about did somebody pay or didn't they. Yes?
What about PayPal? Can we pay
Okay.
PayPal?
Not at this time.
Okay.
We're working on it.
Possibly, but not at this time.
Honestly, one of the main things is I'm not kind of technically on that stuff, so I'm just getting into this. I will take checks easy. But what it is you have to pay ahead. And we've always had a rule that if you didn't pay ahead, by the end of the month for the next show, that there's a $10 charge. And we're going to enforce it now. We kind of have to, because otherwise we have, unfortunately, people who say, well, I'm going to come, but then the weather's not good and they don't come. We need to be committed and make sure if you want to be involved and you want to be there, you're willing to say yes and sign up for it. So we really do have to enforce that. So other than that, I sign you up over there. If you wanted to do for the season, there are 7 shows, and it's from October to April. And they're $25 a piece. But if you sign up for the season, you get all 7 for $6 for $150. So it is an advantage to do a seasonal. We have 25 spots that we do. And if we run out of that in a month, we will take a list for people. If somebody can't make it, they might want to take over one of the spots, and we can work something out that way. And I think that just about explains everything, unless there's any questions. Yes?
Do we have to give a percentage of what we sell to the?
No, no, no. You pay to CAG, the Creative Artists Guild, $25 for that, and your spot, and you go in, and your money, what you charge, is yours. Okay?
Can you share a check with somebody,
No, sorry.
even if you both pay the full amount?
Oh, that way. Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant, somebody split the two things. I have no objection to that. If somebody wants to, you want to share a tent with somebody, but each person that's doing their things have to pay. We have had in the past somebody come in and they put a table up and they do half, and you do the half. You have to pay each person.
But you only have
And they
so,
have to be juried in. This is another thing is,
but you only have so much room too.
yeah, and yeah, there's so much room, but you do have to be juried in, and so when you check in with me, you sign the contract, and if I don't know you, I need to check you up and make sure that everybody has been juried in for what you sell. Everything you sell must be juried in. Anybody else?
Back there.
Okay.
Sharon?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry,
Are we
Mark.
mailing the checks directly to you?
No, or I'll go on vacation. No, every check is made out to CAG, Creative Artists
I
Guild.
don't know, but what I'm asking is do you want them directly to your home address or the PO
No,
box?
there is little cards over there, and we have the P.O. box that you send information. If you're gonna do it that way and not do it at the meeting, that's no problem. I need to receive them. I know Sue picks them up a couple times a week she's going to, so we'll have them in time before the show, but they have to be done by the end of the month. And you wanna send the contract with it. If you haven't signed a contract with me, you need to do that when you send the check. Send a contract. And online on the website, you can just print out the contract from there, sign it, and send it with the check, and you'll be good to go.
What happens if they don't send it to you by the end of the month, and then on the 5th, the day before, they decide they want to participate?
Okay, we did say, and it's in the contract there, is if you pay, we don't receive it by the 30th, okay? After this month, we don't receive it by the 30th, then it's going to be $35, okay? And if there's room, I have to check my, and see if there's room, so I need to make sure that there is room. And if there's not, we'll let you know, and you'll get your check back. But if you send it and there is room, it would be $35 if we receive it afterwards. And we're not accepting anybody within 5 days before the show. There won't be, this way here we can keep track of what's going on, and we just need to do that. Yes?
Do you allocate what spot they have?
No, it's first come, first served. There is no, I know a lot of people have been doing it for so many years, a lot more than some of us, myself included, ours included, John, not me, he's the artist. But there is really no bad spot. And you don't try to take a huge amount of space. You try to keep it so that you're within like a little over like a 12 by 12 or 14 by 12. You try not to go over. You try to be considerate of everybody next to you. And when you set up, please don't set up so that you go right next and there's no walking space between you and somebody else, because then nobody can see somebody else's artwork. Yes, Pam?
Sure, I know we've got the tents, but is there any place that the tents go versus the people?
No, we were going to do it that way, but we had one, and we tried it out this past July, and there was a few here and there, and some who didn't, and honestly, I thought it looked really nice. We didn't look like Howard Allen, where everybody's all regimented up. It was kind of nice. It was all spread apart. You had some with tents, some without, and that looked really nice. So it's kind of nice that we do have a mix.
And people could see us.
And people could see everybody, yes. Yes.
And it drew people
And
in.
people do not, when you have your tents, you don't want to put all your things down unless there's a pouring rain, then protect your stuff, yes. But otherwise, maybe just put one down on the back or something so that you can see through and you can see other people on the side of you and everything. And it's just kind of common courtesy. Sorry. Common courtesy.
Carol had
Okay.
And
Yes.
Oh, they answered.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Okay,
Yes. Joy.
do we want to mention, though, about no stakes?
Oh, well, it's in the contract, and you're supposed to read the contract before, but yes, right, you cannot have stakes with your tent. You can't have, I'm sorry, you can't have stakes. You use weights, they have weights that you can put on the tents, or you can do, sandbags. It's all inside the contract if you look at it. There are other ways. You just can't fit states. The city has asked us not to do that. And I know they have some other people that are there sometimes and they're doing it, and those people are getting in big trouble, so you don't want to use states. Okay.
See if this is still working. Okay. All right. And today is going to be a much shorter meeting. We don't have a demo. We
For social media and all that.
Next month, Barbara Schultz is going to be giving a demo on how to make her glass kaleidoscopes. She's going to bring in even the instructions for everybody to have, so once you see her do it, you can make it on your own at home. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And also, if you can't make a meeting, we do record them. We have a YouTube channel for our club, and once again, if you don't have the information, just ask me afterwards, or you can always send it, your request by email to our cagdunedin@gmail.com email address, and that way you can catch up on something if you missed it. Today we are having a little bit of sale and swap, which we can do for a little while since we have the room, but this is going to be a much shorter meeting than usual. Now, I know some people had some things they'd like to announce, and question? Or?
Okay, have you done venues yet?
No, I'm going to have you guys do that with next. So,
Martha had her hand up.
yep, we have quite a few people, so what we'll do is actually, let's start with our current venues.
Have them come up there too.
Yeah, and then you're going to come up here. Barbara, you want to come up and talk about Marguerite's? And what is Marguerite's for our new members? But if anybody has any information they want to share with the group about a class, things like that. Yes.
Yes, since this is the beginning of our new year, are the dues due now or are they due in January?
The dues are due in January, so we'll start reminding you about November, December. They run from January through December, and I believe everybody here is paid up for now. And
One more question. If you join today, do you have to pay a full?
no, if you join today, it's only $15 for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, let me introduce Barb Conley. And
I take care of Marguerite's Cafe, the venue up on Douglas Street, just in the same area as the Dunedin Library and just south of the stadium. It's a lovely little venue, not very big. The commission there is 15%. The hanging time is 2 months at a time. The sheet that was out on the table for sign up today runs from October 2 to December 4. The sheet for the next 2-month period will be available at the November meeting. And the reason why I'm holding back on that is because we do not have all our snowbirds back so that they have some access. So I'm trying to make it fair. The display space varies as to number of paintings I can come up from time to time. I just stopped this morning and found that there were some spaces that we had before that have now been usurped by an outside artist. So I'm signing up, and they're two paintings per person. But when you do sign up, I do a reminder a week ahead of time to let you know that your time is coming up. And no glass, plexiglass only, because it is a restaurant, and some of these paintings, when people get up from a table, can be knocked down and that type of thing. So if you're a watercolor artist or doing some pastel that has to be put under in a frame and with a glass covering, just remember it must be plexi. Again, it's a 15. You must be juried, of course, and please come prepared when you do. Have your cards made out, have them attached. Make sure that you're properly framed and wired. No sawtooth, that type of thing, no poster frames. It helps out the process goes smoothly because, there's a lot of us in there trying to get this done over a short period of time while she's still open for business. So, my name, Barb Connolly. I'm in the member registry with my email. If you've got any questions, you can either phone me, email me, whatever. And then our next venue is MJ's. And Marge Giroux is our lovely lay artist who takes care of that venue, and I'll let her tell you about that.
MJ's is one of the little clothing stores on the strip mall down here, and it's kind of an exclusive store, so it's a nice place to have your work. MJ's, she is very fussy. Of course, you have to be juried in to be in to sign up, but she is very fussy. If you don't have your wires on right, if there's a scratch in the frame, everything has to be perfect. She does not like abstract art. She won't accept it. So it has to be something you can recognize. But it's a good venue because there are expensive pieces of clothing in that store, so she gets a good crowd in there. And it's for a whole month. I send an email a couple of weeks before it's time to go in so that the artist that's coming out knows that they're coming out and the artist going in can get together. And those two artists will make the time to set up the time with her to come in to put their stuff in. And she's kind of fussy, but she even decides how many pieces you can bring in. They cannot be any wider than 26 because she has this great big mirror in the middle and the paintings go around. They can be nice and long, but they can't be wider than 26. And I send all that information to you. So I'm going to put the sheet over there for you to sign up.
Can you tell them the commission rate, please?
Her commission is 30%, and it's for a month. And it's one artist at a time. It cannot be more than one artist at a time. Yes?
Yes. Except photography.
They do accept photography, as long as it's framed nicely, yes.
You said a 3 pieces limit?
Huh?
Did you say 3 pieces are limited?
Oh, no, 8 pieces. You can bring little ones for on top, long ones on the side. And she'll take, if you have a couple of extras, she usually finds a place to put them if they're small. Okay.
Yes, they definitely have. Well,
All right. Wanna come up, Margaret? Yep. And then, so we'll have some announcements now. Somebody just brought something to my attention. Hello? Okay. When you come for the meetings, the parking lot is on both sides of the building. So don't feel that you have to park too close to other cars. There's also a small parking lot right across the street. Just be considerate of other people having to get in and out of their cars, and we do have parking on both sides of the building. Okay? All right.
I'd like to make an announcement for Studio 1212. We're having a show that opens September the 16th, and it's called One Man's Journey. It's in memory of one of our members, Keith Smote, who died recently, and we're showing some of his work. And then on October the 7th, we have our first show of the year called Imagine This, and we'd like to see all of you there to share in our showing our work.
Who else would like to make an announcement? All right. Margaret jumped on it. All right.
Margaret, so just pass it off to the next one.
So I have a studio at Sterling, and we have a new reception every month. And this month, we're very fortunate to have 2 of our members as part of the show. Our president, Stoney is in the show. And Taryn, where are you, Taryn? And it's called Captured. They're part of the show. And we also have a pencil artist. I mean, he does these huge, beautiful, I mean, I can't even describe what they are. They're just so detailed. So know that every Friday, first of all, this one, we have a free art reception. You're all invited. And in 2 months in November, 6 members of Creative Arts Guild will have a show called Artful Souls Present Art from the Soul. So we hope to see you Friday from 5:30 to 8. Sterling is downtown Dunedin. Second floor, we have an elevator. There's wine, food.
I'm
fun.
bartending.
Oh, and there's Joy, the bartender. I'll put this on the table. I'll put this on the table.
That's important.
Front row, we're going to go front
Someone has a
row.
question back there.
Oh, you have a question? Okay.
How about anybody that wants to announce something, come on up and then we'll pass it right to the next person.
I've got 2 announcements. One, we do have a plein air group. Plein air is a French term for open air, and it is our group. We've moved it to, it had been on Tuesdays, and now it's going to be Wednesdays. We begin in October, and we set it for 2 months at a time. And our first October and November will be at Heritage Village in Largo. It's by the Botanical Gardens. There's a lot of the older buildings that they've saved. They've moved them to that park, and we've never, as a group, painted there. It opens at 10 o'clock, so don't come before. And they close at 4. We will be there from 10 to 4 on Wednesdays from October and November. And just come join us. I'll first start setting up in the main entrance. There's 2 main buildings and a walkway between them, and I'll be go through that walkway. There's a gazebo, a bandstand, and I'm thinking about drawing or painting the bandstand, so you might want to say hello first, and we'll find out where we're going to all be. Okay. And the other announcement was Joe Murray and myself have been going to the James Museum in St. Pete, and we've been drawing. They let us draw there, and they give us a stool to sit, and you're allowed to draw all the beautiful sculptures. And I brought in a painting, or a pencil, somewhere's a pencil sketch that I did of the Indians, and that it's from a sculpture. The beautiful the sculpture is only about that big, and they let you sit there. And on Tuesdays they're open till 8 at night, and Tuesdays it's only $10 if you're not a member. But they'll give you pencil and paper if you don't have it. So definitely. Oh, thanks. So you can just enjoy sketching. This is a sculpture, but they've got beautiful paintings, so consider that.
I think we have a question.
Yes.
Every Wednesday morning?
In October and November, we're doing it every Wednesday. We usually do it year-round, plein air, year-round. This past summer, I was babysitting my granddaughter. It was very tough, so we're starting in October. Also, in January, we might be doing it indoors, or February, over at McGow Nature Park. And that's where Jim he painted his first Lucy. They bring a huge bird or a little one. They're all raptors. And they bring them right into the classroom, and we get to paint them. And sometimes the volunteer will sit and talk about the birds. It's very good.
I painted Lucy, and they have it hanging. I painted Lucy, and they have it hanging there.
Oh, very good.
Carol, what is the fee to get in at Heritage?
Heritage Village is always free.
Is it free? Okay,
Yes.
'cause I know sometimes they ask for like a nominal donation or whatever.
They do if you want to go into the one room and sign in, but there's no, you don't need to. No, and there's a gift shop there too, and It's very nice. This group is just no fee for this. If you have questions on painting, there'll be others. Each of us will help you out.
We give a donation.
If we go to the McGowan Nature Park, we do always ask our group to make sure you give a donation because they've brought the bird in. There's usually a volunteer that'll sit. And believe it or not, it's kind of cold in January, and so, or February, and we ask them to go indoors. Thanks.
Anybody else? Oh, all right, there we go.
Hi everybody, I'm Sharon Swallowed. I'm a photographer. I just want to let you know I have an exhibit at Citrus Park Mall at the pop-up gallery. It's there until October. At Citrus Park Mall, they have what's called a pop-up gallery because it just pops up. Whenever there's a store that's empty, they'll put a little gallery in there. So that's, yeah. So it's pop-up gallery and it's at Citrus Park Mall. I can't tell you where it is because it's moved since the last time I had it there. But it's there until October. And also I wanted to say to anybody who is new, who's a photographer, I would like to know a little bit more. I know where there are a lot of free online classes and websites and things like that. So I'd like to be a resource if anybody needs anything like that. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Patty. We're on Top of the World people, and on Top of the World is looking for some vendors for November 3rd. They're doing their senior expo. There are some applications with the information, and I hope to see people there. Bye-bye. It's wrong. Nancy didn't correct the typo. Because I spoke with her just last week. She said, please, we want some more wonderful vendors, fine artwork. She wants to upgrade it a lot. Okay, your turn.
Hi, I'm Jim Throne. Some of you know me. I want to remind you, those of you who like to do portraits, Thursday night, down the block here at the Senior Center, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, we have a live model, okay? It costs you $3 to get in the door. It costs you $3 for the model. We get a different model every week. They're always amateur. Well, I've said that, but then somebody will always remind me, one time we had a stripper. and of course, for us old guys, I mean, we were worried about that situation. You don't want to take us out that way, okay? But she kept asking, where did she change her clothes? Well, this is a senior center, guys. All of our models are local people, and you will be amazed at the quality of posing that these folks do. It's really remarkable. You get somebody who's never posed before to sit there for 2 hours. Actually, it's 4 20-minute sessions, okay? Now, it's going to cost you $6. $2 for light and heat for the building, and $3 for light and heat in the building, and $3 for the model. Bring your medium, any medium that you're working, pencil, charcoal, I do acrylic, we have oil painting, we have pastels. Every medium you can think of that we've been doing. Get there early because table space moves in a hurry. People, I swear, some people are sleeping over just to get the right spot. Okay? Mark it down, every Thursday. The only exceptions we have is when it's holiday. We don't do Thanksgiving. Okay, thank you.
What time is that?
6 to 8.
6 to 8. Joy?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, the sketch group had a show a few months back at Sterling Gallery. It was the most amazing portrait show you've ever seen. So many different styles and just fabulous, fabulous models that they had to work with. So it's a really neat group.
Yes, Carol.
The portrait group, we pay models $25 if you'd like to sit for us, and it's year-round, and we could use the help. So you just let
If you'd like to be a model, it pays $25, and
just contact the Senior Center right on Douglas, across the street from the stadium, and let them know that you're interested. Give your name and number, and our lady in charge will get a hold of you.
That's the Hale Center, right?
All right, and before we end the meeting, please take one of our new cards, or RAC cards, so you can check out the new website. Also, if you use social media, we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, so you can always get information there, and we also like to post artwork, so keep an eye on that. And anything else before we end the meeting?
I checked your website out today, and there's something about club in there. I don't know where the club goes, but I didn't get it.
I'll help you with that in a moment.
But
All
one
right.
other question, when
Yes.
I went on there, I noticed that there was some nice postings of the gallery members, but there's only maybe 12, 15.
Yes, if you want to have your artwork on the website, you do have to be an exhibiting member, and you're going to send everybody gets 4 pieces they can show. You would send your information to our cagdunedin@gmail.com website, our email address, and you would put in the prices, the size of your art, the medium, and we can get it up there for you. And once again, if anybody has any questions or not good with using computers, we can help you with that without having you do it electronically.
Are those linking to websites yet or not?
Yes, if you have a website, we can also link your gallery on our new website to your own personal website. So we have a few people who that is happening currently. All right, well, thank you everybody for coming, and there's still some things back on the tables, and look forward to seeing you next month. All right.